Wait, hold up. I want to try something here. I gotta make it the same size as his head.
Yo, what's good?
Hey, what's going on, Goo Gang? Juicy's here. We got the young webcam on today. I got something nice for y'all. It's a build I've been having a lot of fun with recently. If you're tired of Vindicta flying around like some nightmare pigeon, I've got the perfect Goo Man build for you today. This build is gonna slap her out of the sky, utilizing the Goo Ball as a deadly wrecking ball of destruction. So you can kiss Vindicta goodbye, as well as Grey Talon, as long as your enemy laners don't feed them. But yeah, that's here nor there. But yeah, so this video is going to be about me explaining the build to y'all, as well as going to be some clips to show you exactly what I'm doing to get the job done. But before we get into the video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as well as that notification bell so you know what I'm posting and when I'm going live. It supports me a lot, okay? Alright, so starting off in lane, you're going to want to grab high velocity mag and headshot booster, because what's better than Goo with guns? We need extra poke to annoy our enemies and rack up creep score. You don't want to follow behind in lane, okay? We want our Goo boy nice and strong, so we're going to get high velocity mag for the extra velocity on our bullets so that we can actually get denies and secure our souls, because without it, in my opinion, that gun sucks. And then we're going to get headshot booster to deal extra damage when we're poking in lane. Alright, for your vitality items, we're going to get extra stamina, melee lifesteal, and sprint boots. Think of it as Flubber meets the Flash. Goo zooming around with Fist of Doom. And yes, the Goo heals itself while punching. You're not just beating up enemies, you're slurping up life. Pause, bro. What is this? I didn't write that one. For our early game spirit item, all we're going to get here is extra charge for the additional puddle punches. Okay, nothing says I love you like a giant Goo fist, sending especially Vindicta into a wall. So, alright, immediately after that, we're going to go into our mid-gate items, which is where the real fun starts to begin. Okay, for weapons, you want melee charge for the faster DPS and kinetic dash. This means more melee, more punching, more gun reloading, and just generally trying to be a gooey nuisance. Then we're going to upgrade sprint boots to enduring speed, because who doesn't love running faster for longer? Plus, we're grabbing return fire to make sure if Vindicta dares to shoot at you, these Goo shots will bounce back. Now, if you're ahead, you can go straight for Torment Pulse, close range Goo Ball. Yes, please. So every time you're going to be balling around, you're going to be doing some AoE damage, which is nice. Duration extender, so the longer you stay in Goo Ball form, the more chaos you will cause. Improved cooldown, more Goo Balls, faster Goo Balls.
Yeah, boss.
Mystic vulnerability for the extra spirit damage to really hammer it home, okay? This is nice because you don't really have to hit an enemy with the Goo Ball. Torment Pulse will do the spirit damage for you, which will proc Mystic vulnerability. So they'll start to take additional spirit damage from either your abilities or your Goo Ball if you hit them directly. So by now, you're pretty much a rolling cannonball of destruction. Oh, now we're going to get into our mid to late game build. We got superior cooldown and superior duration. We want to imbue both of these on our Goo Ball so that our Goo Ball is up as much as possible, just to be a ball nuisance, basically a just giant ball, right, at all times. So we want these two to just extend and keep up our Goo Balls at all times. If you're ahead here and you're just racking in the souls, you can go straight for a Phantom Strike for a Haze and Wraith, or you can go Magic Carpet for Vindicta and Grey Talon. Okay, now if they're both Haze and Wraith on the same team, or Vindicta and Grey Talon, you're only going to be able to deal with one in the air, so pick which one you want to do. I like to get superior stamina so we have some extra mobility, this coupled with enduring speed. Towards like late game as well, you can probably sell enduring speed, and just you'll be majority of the game hitting rails, and you'll have your stamina to move around the map as well as your Goo Ball, so you don't really need to sprint as much. We're going to upgrade headshot booster into headhunter, because
who doesn't like more head?
And then we're going to upgrade high velocity mag into pristine emblem. Either or, it doesn't really matter on the path, but this is going to increase our spirit power as well, so it's very nice because we are a spirit focused damage build. Life strike for the additional sustain, or if you're not too keen on using life strike, you can always sell this, sell melee lifesteal before you get it, as well as extra charge, because sometimes to be an effective Goo player, you should be using your Goo punches, but if you need extra resistances or a different vitality item, and you don't want to sacrifice any of the other slots, you can sell this. I feel like melee is only decent for, at least for the Goo Man, early to mid game and then towards late game. You don't find yourself meleeing during fights as much because you want to be in the ball as much as possible. Now, you can either get rapid recharge for the extra charges on your puddle punches, or you can go escalating exposure. This is where your damage is going to be amplified immensely when you're close range. It's really time to ruin the day for flying enemies with Phantom Strike and Magic Carpet. This is the main focus of the build. You heard it right. The Goo gets a Magic Carpet, okay? This is what... things get crazy. So when you get level 5 Goo Ball, you're able to use active items. Combine that with return fire, so if someone's shooting at you, you'll return the damage done. Especially on Goo Ball, you have hella resistances. You can combine that with Phantom Strike and other items as well, and Magic Carpet being the main focus. Flying enemies, you'll be able to fly around like you're seeing here in this clip with the Goo Ball active and knock them out of the sky. It's going to do a nice stun, and their ability is not going to be up. And majority of the time, you just can kill them. You'll drop down on them, unleash your load, unleash your load of abilities onto them. You know, your splatter, your punch, your Phantom Strike, if you have that as well. Actually, I actually forgot an item here. My bad, guys. I added Warp Stone later into the video. Sometimes I don't really get melee charge. I don't really get it every game. I do like it, but you don't really need it. You can sacrifice melee charge for Warp Stone or Kinetic Dash for Warp Stone, vice versa. Stone as well. With the Goo Ball, you can just hit someone with the Goo Ball, warp back onto them, and do a double stun, and then hit them with your load. Pause.
Your Goo load. And
then, yeah, it's just immense. You're just going to become like a Goo missile and just darting around the air. You know, the missile knows where it's at all times. So you're going to be hitting her off the air and just one-shotting her. I've gotten some nice hate chats in the game saying, hey, this is like absolutely busted. But it is what it is. You got to counter, you know, right? If you don't do something, you can't fly up and knock her out the sky, you know, without knockdown or something like that. You can use this instead and do immense damage. It's pretty crazy. And then for the final items, you can get Kevlar or Boundless Spirit. Kevlar for the extra resistances. It just gives you some spirit power and increases your cooldown. Or you can just go straight into Boundless Spirit and just get a nice buff of 60 spirit power. So you're going to be doing crazy amounts of damage. Yeah, that's the build. Vindicta doesn't really stand a chance against this gooey nightmare of a counter. So make sure you run this. Let me know how it is. This build is published currently. Just search up Juicy's Flying Goo Ball build. Whether you're flying on a carpet or slapping her out the sky with the use of Puddle Punch, you're the bane of all things aerial with this build. So drop a like if you want more Goo themed content, and then hit me with that sub button too. Yeah, let me know what you think. I'll catch you in the next one.